Welcome back to the Stanley Parable. Just a heads up, this is probably going to be one of the last episodes. Probably the second last, but I'm not quite sure. It really depends on how long everything takes this episode, but we don't really have a whole lot to do, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the next ending that I want to do, which is... I will show you. Okay, so you guys have been telling me that, well, someone told me anyway, that you can go back into the broom closet after he introduces the new person, and some other shit happens, so let's do that.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Absolutely not.
All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Alright, now I'm going to pretend that I'm a new person.
Ah, second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Yes, I can.
You too? Unbelievable.
Alright.
I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I'm never going to be ready to pick up this story again. Let's watch him get mad. Come on, say something. I'm also dead, am I? Is that it? Player 2 has died in the broom closet as well. Come on, do something. What if I leave and come back? No? Well, I guess that's it. Nothing's happening. I guess I'll leave the closet again. Fine. Let's just go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, I was expecting more from that. I don't know if there's actually going to be any more or not, but tell you what I haven't done. I haven't went downstairs. Let's go to the creepy sexual torture dungeon. And I totally fucked up the word sexual then. Sex? I don't know what I said. It sounded stupid. Whatever. You guys don't care. What's the light mean? Nothing, I guess. Oh well. Fire hose. Also can't interact. Oh well. Oh, my car!
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh my goodness.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
True stories.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Oh my goodness, this is repeating.
Relief Stanley felt to have
No, it's not.
found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Thank goodness.
He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently fly off the ground.
Holy shit!
Then he imagined
I'm flying.
himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while
So
he
meta.
found it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Let's do it.
So
Come on, Stanley.
He closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin.
There we go.
The press of the mattress on his back. The fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Do it, Stanley.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
This is depressing. Holy
I
shit.
am okay.
And I'm not okay. Look at that. I'm right where I was before. Oh,
Stanley
shit.
began screaming.
Yeah.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
No, okay. There it did. Now it did. Everything's black now.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh, shit.
But on this particular
It's
day,
Stanley.
her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Well, Stanley.
Although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Run! Run, Mariella! Run away to your dreams that I will never have because I'm now dead. Isn't that just depressing? You know what I also want to do right now? I want to do the escape ending. Remember that escape? I want to go do that. I want to escape and see what happens. Let's do that.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory.
Wait, what?
What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Is this the same... Is this the same playthrough? I remember this painting? Or photo? Is the ending not ended yet? What's going on? I don't think anything. I think it was just
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
It was just a different way to start the game. Okay, let's go through the boss's office to that place down below, and we'll go to the escape.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Stanley thought to himself, "Fuck that shit," and walked out the exit.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Good enough. Better than going to the mind control facility,
The
right?
door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope. Nope, 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 nope. We're gonna kill
At this
kill
point,
ourselves.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh, hey, Death. Oh, okay. Jump down here. Whee! Oh, look, here we go. I'm not dead. By George, I'm not dead.
Whirred into motion, and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise. It
Oh.
reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
I had a good time.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Farewell, Stanley, cried
What?
the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Who the hell are
In
you?
a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Well, thank God for that anyway. Who the hell was she? This looks just like Portal, like the little, the walkway. I hope GLaDOS. Hope she doesn't come out and tell me that I'm dead or some shit.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Oh,
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
well, check this out. It's like a little model of the office. We got the little office here is where I left, and I went down here through this place, and I went down and went through here, and then I came up to the two doors, and then there's nothing after that. It just says the two doors. Set of two open doors. It was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Interesting. It's like a little, like I said, a little demonstration. The office. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game. Buttons are pressed. Alright. Isn't that lovely? We got our credits here. I already seen the credits once. Thanks, David, anyway, for doing stuff. Turn off these computers. They don't need to be on. Office computers. Over here is the filing cabinets. Oh, we even got some paintings. So they are paintings and not pictures. What else is around here? Monitor room elevator. What's out here? Oh.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to press that button yet. Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue of the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips.
Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design.
Wonderful. Now let's go turn off the Stanley Parable. Where is the Stanley Parable turner offer? I saw it. An ending where Stanley Parable would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. Interesting. Alright, so it was too jokey to be in the game. Interesting. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Here's the end. Perhaps. I would imagine there's some kind of ending to this ending. You're not just going to get thrown out here and have to restart the game yourself. Let's press this big, awesome lever.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
No, I cannot.
No, perhaps not.
I can't see anything.
Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save
What?
these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Really? No.
You'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Should have pressed quit. It's too late now. Or is it? Oh, it's actually not too late. Well, let's see what happens. I don't think it's actually gonna quit. I think that's actually it. Alright, well guys, thank you very much for watching yet another episode of the Stanley Parable. Expect to see me try and finish the control ending in the next video, because I haven't done that yet. I didn't figure out how to shut down the whole self-destruct sequence. Maybe if I find that out, maybe I can do that. Maybe I'm smart enough to do that. Or maybe I'll have to look it up online. Who knows? You'll have to stick around for the next episode. Goodbye!